and it's really based on user feedback. Yeah. Okay, so
I am gonna forget at some point, or whatever. But what we did was, you'll never lose a working DAW. You may lose access to some features, some additional content, but it will always work. So if you get a 12-month subscription to Studio One, you automatically you will automatically get what we call a fallback license. This will always be working on your computer. Okay? It will always work. What happens is, if you're in an active subscription, you get a lot of additional content. Sound libraries, additional plugins, additional instruments. But the core DAW, it's always going to be there. So you might lose access to those extras, but the core, the DAW, will always work. The only caveat is you will lose. You might not get updates. But to be honest, as long as your DAW is working and it's doing what you have to do, who needs to update anyway, right? So let's say you get a subscription this year. It runs out. You just keep using it, okay? And then maybe 2 years later, you realize, okay, I need to update now because I changed my computer. Oh, that feature looks really cool. I want that. And then you can go and subscribe again. All right? So we're giving you different options to own the software and to update on your own convenience. So another thing, it might be a bit confusing, but basically, the only thing you really have to remember is that once you have 12 months, you have a fallback license. We're giving you so many options to acquire licenses. For example, when you buy a pair of Aries Pros, you get a 1-year license. Basically, get it with DAW for free. You buy yourself a Quantum interface, that's 12 months. You buy yourself an ES4 or ES2, that's 6 months. So you get 6 months of use. Now, here's another thing. Another way to acquire it. Let's say, hey, I really want that 1 year. You know what? Buy an ES4, then get a pair of studio monitors, the Aries Studio. That's another 6 months. And what we did is, if you get a product with 2 6-month licenses, that will stack together to 12 months, and now you get your perpetual license. All right? So many ways to do this, to acquire Studio One, so that you can dive in, try it out. Buy an interface, try it out for 6 months, and you decide, oh, this is really good. I'm gonna get a pair of speakers so that I can stack the licenses. So many ways to acquire it. Okay, so let's get into. Are we still doing the guitar? No. All right. So I just to remind everyone, this is a product, a PreSonus product presentation. So we're doing mostly. We're giving you an overview of a little bit of everything. So we're starting on Studio One, later the interfaces, but what I'm doing is basically showing you some stuff that I find really interesting, that hopefully some of the users here will really appreciate. So let's start with, how much time do we have? Time flies. Okay, so let's, I lost my TV. Power? Oh, there we go. Cable? I plugged in. There we go. All right. So of course, I gotta talk about Studio One and do some actual demos so that you get an idea of. This is one of the demo sessions. We provide demo sessions if you want to dive into a complicated song like this. But here, I just want to show a couple of features that I find really interesting. So we have up here we have what we call the chord track and the arranger track. So here you turn those on and off through that little icon there. So you can see the chords and you can see the arranger. So arranger, basically you can label sections of your song so that you can move stuff around. So for someone who's composing music in the box, this is really useful, because if you want to let's say take this pre-chorus and you want to, I want to double that. Just hit duplicate, and then I have now 2 of those pre-choruses. So if you want to quickly repeat certain sections, instead of composing everything or manually copy pasting everything, if you're organized from the start and you label everything through the arranger track, you're going to have this functionality, so you can easily just duplicate, or you can even like take this pre-chorus. What's gonna sound if I move it here? You know, so you can basically like kind of quickly move stuff around in your session, in your song, basically. So in Studio One, we call like these types of sessions songs, and then we have two more types of files in Studio One. The other one is the project file, and then the other one is the show file. I will show later on. Another quick thing I want to show is, hold on. I'm going to create an instrument track. Wait. Gonna pull in quickly some random instrument here. I'm just gonna check my volume so that this doesn't blow up our speakers when I suddenly play it back. Alright. Like I said, I don't really do production. I don't do like music production or know how to play piano or all that. But another track you can see here is the chord track. So basically what I can do here is, let's say, again, if you're an organized type and you set this all up, you can actually take this, all these chords, all these. Let's take all the pre-chorus chords. I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna drag that down to the new track I created with that pad. And we've essentially taken all the chords. And very quickly I added this instrument with all the chords from the session. You know, so very handy tools for the composer, for the arranger, for the music production guy. Really good stuff. Then lastly, there's a bunch of, there's so many types of tracks here. Last thing I'm gonna show is probably like the tempo. If you have like a project that requires a little bit more movement in terms of the tempo, this basically allows you to draw tempo in. So I'll make this kind of crazy so that you can hear it. And it's even going to stretch the audio tracks. Because this is a... Alright. Okay, so just quickly showed you some product. There's so much more, so much more. We could spend more than a day talking about all the production tricks. But I gotta move on. I'm gonna show you something else now. One of the other files that we have, like I said, this is called the project page. And this is basically where you do mastering. So this is where you take multiple sessions, songs, and then you add them in here for mastering, for final release, okay? So right now I have a couple of songs here already. So gives you tools like this, all the tools that you need for mastering, like scope, your level meters, all right? But here's my favorite thing about this. This project page is tied up to songs, okay? So what does that mean? I'm gonna open, so right here you see demo song 1, demo song 2. I'm gonna open up demo song 1. Okay, this is the song that's connected to that first track. And I'm gonna change something like really quick. Okay, like really quick movements right there. And then I'm gonna go back to my project. From here, whoa, okay. Hold on, guys. Alright, I'll do something else first. There's something I have to sort out. Why is it here? Hold on. My eyes are failing. Too much looking at computers. Oh, there. Oh, there we go. Okay. Demo song 3. So this is the third song from that batch. Sorry, we didn't have a lot of time to like mix this, so this is just very rough, just to prove a point. What I'm gonna do now is, hey, this is the third song from that set. I want to add it to the project page. So I can go here, add to project, add to demo project A. So it's gonna render. It's okay. It's gonna go back. It's gonna render it, and it's here. Okay. So all 3 tracks automatically linked up to this project. So I don't need, remember like before, you go to your song, you export it, you put it in a folder, you take it from the folder, you put it into your mastering file, and then you do that 12 more times. Remember that? So this makes it so convenient to organize. And also, hold on, there's this one thing I'm trying to demo, but I'm not, maybe I have to save. Because what happens is, when you do changes to the tied up track, I don't think, I might be working on the wrong file. I'm trying to save this. Save. Oh, there, see? This has a red dot on it. It's telling me, hey, you changed something in this song. So it has that red wrench. It's automatically gonna re-render and place the track in the project. So it's now an updated file. I don't have to, again, go to the session, export it, and then drag it back in. Okay? So another thing. So for mastering in general, this is great. Keeps you organized. But you know what my favorite about this is? You know when you're recording someone and they say, can we have like, just rough mixes? We just want to listen to it in the car while we're driving home. You know how long it takes to like render all your 12 mixes the old way? But here, just go to digital release, click all the songs that you want to render out, and just go and click on MP3, and it's automatically gonna render out all the three tracks with just one click of a button. You don't have to go in and out of your session to render out multiple songs. So extremely convenient, right? I'm not gonna finish this because we don't have the time. All right. I definitely have to show Splice. Now again, like I said, I'm not a production guy, but this one, for like quick stuff, for those who need to create quick, background music for like a music bed or intro music for a short clip, and you need it to be a specific sort of, you have a specific feel in your mind and in your head, or you have to, of course it has to be royalty free. We've worked with Splice. So what happens now is, this is basically an AI-powered, sample analyzer, and it will suggest stuff to you basically. So what I have here is a quick drum loop. Let me check my volume. I guess that's pretty loud. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this. Now this runs on. I'm gonna drag it into Splice. And this, of course, is looking into Splice's vast libraries of loops and samples. And it says, what's going to work with this drum track? All right. Now, I've got to say ahead that you need a Splice subscription for this to work. They have different tiers of depending on how much stuff you do. So anyway, it's going to give me this. Not you. Oh wait, we got a filter. Hold on. I'm looking for a bass line. So you can filter. I need a bass. Mark, you got your. Make sure to try this out, dude. No. Hey, you know what? Okay, this is gonna do for now. I'll do my thing, but it'll do. So it's downloading the loop. Can quickly duplicate that. All right. Now, hey, based on this baseline, I want to add in maybe a lead or a pad. Let's try. So this could be the thing that you use, or it could be a basis for your original thing. It could be, you can use it as so many ways. Use this, or make it a start for something much more original. Okay, so let's look for leads. That's okay. adds a nice texture. So you can drag that in. You get the picture. So basically, building a track from track suggestions, from loop suggestions from Splice. Incredibly, incredibly convenient and powerful. Amazing stuff. How are we on time? Is that 3 minutes?
3 more minutes.
Oh my, okay. All right, okay, it's done. And then change over, right? Wait, quant.
Then quantum.
Okay, so I'm moving on. Last thing I have to show you, very new. We added stem separation now. So I need a track. So we added, so I'm just gonna quickly pull in a completed song. This is great for anyone who likes to remix, or you want to create like a play along. So this is a song we just. All right, so I'm gonna quickly hit this, right click, separate stems. We want vocals, drums, bass, and other. I'm gonna hit OK. This might take some time. Any quick questions? Yeah. It'll also detect key. So, for those who are like me, can't really compose, it's, I don't know what instance you'd probably need 99, but I'm sure it'll do 99. There's no number of, I haven't heard of any figure that says like if there's a limit in that project. The most I've done is, I think, is probably like 18 for something, but yeah. Of course, we're just curious about All right, so we've separated this into multiple stems. Let's listen to it. So I can mute. It's the vocal. Drums. Guitar. Oh, sorry, that was bass, not guitar. This is bass and the guitar. So, whatever purpose you have for this, you want to do a video of you doing like play along, like bass play along, or drum cover, or vocal cover. This is great for that sort of content. Or again, if you want to remix. Sometimes I used this recently to do a quick mix adjustment to a friend's track because they couldn't quickly send me the stems. They sent me the stereo track, and I told them, you just need to turn down the bass. So I time separated it, turned down the bass, rendered it again to stereo, and we were done in like 10 minutes. Quick remix because they didn't have to send me everything because it was just the bass. It was like a very minor volume adjustment. They didn't have to go back and forth with too many files. All right, I'm just gonna do quick questions before I change over to next I'm gonna be talking about the quantum interfaces, and we're also gonna be doing a quick demo with Shang Li. Shang Li, are you here? All right, man. All right, so any questions for me, for Mark?
Just curious about your included samples and work.
Oh, okay. I do not have it memorized. Definitely, I don't even know how many.
Just ballpark.
Yeah.
Like how does it compare to, let's say, Logic or Ableton?
Okay.
If you don't mind me.
You probably know this better than me. Yeah.
So
thanks, Mark, for being
I
here.
tried Logic at one point, but it was quite a few years ago. So I'm not really sure what the standards are right now. But for everything that I do, there's plenty of stuff in Studio One. Anything from like brass strings, loops, and all that. And one of the things, what you can do also is if you go to the website, they have tons of sample libraries, and they're all included with the subscription. And you should just download them. You can keep them forever. Yeah. So I think you produce that. Is that?
Yeah, that's part of something that I do.
Okay. Yeah. So in my opinion, I think that there's enough stuff there that can get you past like any project. Yeah,
from experience with friends, so I do have friends who really do production professionally. There's stuff in there that's definitely usable. I'm not gonna say that that's why there are very expensive piano libraries out there. It's because they are at a really different level of quality. What we have is if you get the subscription and you get a lot of the extras, these are the things that you could my friends have submitted projects based mainly on just the libraries in Studio One. These are like music that are like commercials on TV. So that level, it'll get you through. It'll definitely get you through. Sorry, I can't give like a very definite. I'm not good with like how many gigs of samples, but these things you could actually like quickly go to the website and you'll find out.
I'll just say that I own Contacts, but I don't really use it anymore. Yeah.
Okay, just
that
to
helps.
follow up, like,
Yeah.
how about, that's okay, I'll just okay. How about just for your non-subscription, just for a single purchase license?
Uh-huh.
Are there still like enough samples?
Yeah. It's just that you get all the basic stuff that you'd usually get with the dog, but you just get so much more with the subscription. Yeah,
All right, thanks.
like even cinematic stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Cool. All right, I'm gonna do this thing and I'll get I just need it. Okay, and I'm back. It's tiring talking. I'm usually the background guy as well, like you guys. Like I think that's why, like I said earlier, like we're a lot the same because I'm typically like the guy running that mixer. Where's Jay? Yeah, but now I'm here talking. So what I want to talk about next is the audio interfaces. So we came out with the Quantum series recently. And the Quantums are our first project actually that we did with hold on. Excuse me, guys. All right. So the Quantum series. So we have 4 models. So the ES4. Do we have the ES2? Okay. So it's ES2, ES4, and then we have the HD2 and the HD8 right here. So again, I'm not the sort of presenter who likes to talk about too many numbers because if you want technical specs, to be honest, you can go on the website and you can read it there. And I'm here to tell you what you can do with all these gear. Okay, so but there are numbers that's really important to point out because, like I said, when we co-developed this with Fender, we really worked on putting a lot of features that makes it great for makes it really convenient for users and gives you a little bit of an edge in terms of some of the technical specifications. Number one, the thing that I like about these new generation interfaces, they do 75 dB of gain. Now, just to give you a figure, your typical audio interface will give you 55. You're lucky to get 60. If you get to like the 65, 70 dB gain range for microphones, that's pretty good. Now, we do 75. So what does that mean? You know that like broadcast dynamics have become incredibly popular now, especially like for streamers. And you're gonna need like either an external preamp or cloud lifter to get up to the gain that they need. This ones will take care of dynamic mics easily. So all 4 models will do 75 dB of gain. On the HD series, which is the higher end, these are 32-bit. Okay, fixed point 32-bit conversion on the ADDA converters. That might be like gibberish to some, but basically this is when you connect a computer, a microphone to your interface, that audio has to be digitized first, and then when it goes out, going into your speakers, it has to be converted again from digital to analog. So the 32-bit 192 number is, it's significant. Now, just as a quick, because I know we have some people here who are, new to this, digital technology. Think of these conversions as, it made it easier now to discuss this with the younger people. You know why? Who here plays video games? First-person shooters. Come on. It's impossible no one plays Valorant here. Okay. So sampling rate is your FPS. Your frames per second. How many times you're getting a frame. So it's just convert it to sound. How many times you're sampling the sound in a second. So what does that give you when you're playing Valorant? It's a smoother screen experience, right? You're accurate, your aim is better. You see your opponents better. So that's your 192 kilohertz, okay? It's basically frames per second. The 32-bit is basically how much information you're getting per sample. So what is that? That's basically screen resolution and color bit depth. So how much information per sample you're getting. So in audio, what happens, it's a little bit depth is a little bit more complex, but the easiest way I can sort of explain it is, when you're listening on an audio device and it has one of those step volume controls, and then the difference between volume 7 and volume 8 is just a little bit too loud. The resolution of volume is like jumpy. So when you have a deeper bit depth, higher number, you're chopping up the loudest and the softest into more sections. So it's smoother. It's a smoother, audio that you're hearing and that it's converting. So again, I don't want to get deep into that too much, but that's how it is. The simplest way I know how to explain those numbers, because they are relevant. If you're getting into the whole digital audio thing, those are relevant. And just to kind of explain as well why they are relevant, I used to record that because earlier days, when I started recording, hard drives were expensive, and hard drives only had, you were lucky to have like a 64 gig hard drive back then. I think I was recording on 32 gig hard drive, but I was recording on 16-bit. Now, if you think about it, 16-bit, that's CD quality, But why you need higher bit rates in a DAW is because you're giving plugins more information to work with. So compressors are going to work better. Reverbs are going to sound bigger. EQs are going to sound, you're going to feel more of the different, the changes you make. So that's why those numbers matter within a DAW. Export to 16-bit, that's fine. But when you're working in audio within working with the audio within the DAW, it's always better to work at a higher rate. Okay? Where was I? ES4. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about let's talk about the ES2 first. ES2 and ES4. So these are basically brother sister. 2 in, 2 out on the ES2. All right. Combo jacks. You got instrument input at the front. What's great about these new generation interfaces? All the functions, every function except for the power button, they're all digitally controlled. What does that mean? We don't have pots that will go noisy after a while. Like there's that pesky headphone output on your old interface that you turn and sometimes it's scratchy or volume suddenly jumps or whatever. None of that, because there are no potentiometers to wear out on these, because everything is digitally controlled. Gain, master volume. What that also gives us is a really streamlined look. Not too many knobs, not too much stuff on the hardware. And lastly, it gives us the ability to control everything from the software, which we will actually demonstrate that later. You'll see it in action. So that's the ES2. Nothing, not this, it's a 2x2 interface. You all know what that is. The ES4 though has something special. The ES4 is a 4-in, 4-out, just like most 4-in, 4-out interfaces, but what you get from it is some extras that we added in. you get 2 headphone outs. What's cool about the 2 headphone outs, they're not, you can source that from different buses, from different outputs. So you can have an output that's for your performer, and you'll have your own output for the engineer. Or maybe you have 2 people performing and they want sort of different mixes that they're hearing, you can do that. And I'll go into the DSP control later. This actually has internal DSP enough for like level controls. And then another thing we added here is that we have, I think it's best that I go here. So we have an app called Universal Control. Whoa, what is that? That's weird. What did that happen? Okay, so this is the control app for it. It's also available for your phone and your iPad. So this is the DSP mixer, which you can control levels. You've got 2 pairs of loop backs. We call them loop backs from the computer. So from your DAW, you can actually assign an alternate mix for monitoring if you want to. But let's go into the configuration. As you can see here, it says speaker switching. So what we did was with the 4 line outputs. So typically you get like main, left, right for your monitors, and then you usually get the second one, and you do whatever with it. But what we did is we integrated speaker switching into this. So what you can do is you can set this up. It's just that I can't mess with this right now because it's feeding our stream. But one of the options is speaker A or speaker B. So you can connect your main speakers to the main outputs, and then your secondary monitors to the second pair of outputs. Okay? I think we have these 4. Never mind. So it adds that functionality. You don't need to get a separate. Usually, you need, if you have multiple monitoring speakers, you need like a monitor controller or something. This one will do that for you. Cool. This is actually my favorite of the whole line because it's a nice price range and it does that speaker switching thing and the headphone mounts. Okay, we have the instrument inputs. By the way, remember I mentioned Fender. Of course, we're going to work with Fender if it has to do anything to do with like plugging in the guitar. So these have been. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Do I have to redo anything? I did. Okay. All right. And then the HD series is basically the higher end model, wherein we have this is a 20 by 24. Analog I/O is 2 by 4. 2 inputs, 4 outputs. But if you expand via ADAT, you're gonna get a total of 20 by 24 on this interface. So this is slightly more. If you need a slightly like portable, high quality audio interface for really serious projects where you're gonna need ADAT, this is the one for you. Okay. Same thing. It has the speaker switching function because it does have 4 outputs. But this is, if you need the 32-bit bit depth, this is gonna be the one for you. It's a nice traveling, high quality audio interface. Yeah, yes. And then, let me quickly grab this. If I drop this, I'm gonna have to pay for it. Okay, so the HD8, of course, the big brother of all the Quantum family. So analog, it's 8 in. I'm sure I'm getting my numbers right. 8 in, 12 out. So the thing with the HD series, and I forgot to mention again, the Fender thing, we added reamp. Who's familiar with reamping? So reamping is basically you record a dry guitar signal, and then you set it to go out of your interface. Now the thing is, you can't just do it with any audio interface because guitar amps. Thank you. I'm almost, don't worry. I think we're gonna make it. The thing is, you can't take any output from any interface and plug it into your guitar amp because it's an impedance mismatch. Okay? So dedicated reamp outs lets you do that. So Fender helped us out again with the dedicated reamp outs. on the HD series. So you get, I believe you get 2 with HD8. Told you back numbers. And you get 2 reamp outs on the HD2 as well. So for those, since we're working with Fender, we are leaning towards like, getting into the heads of, guitar players. So reamping, if you've got a nice amp collection, or, because you could run pedals as well, if you want to get that like real, you want all the hassle of setting up your cabs and your pedals and looking for that one buggy patch cable, do that and just reamp if you want to. There's a really good amp sim within Studio One, but if you want to do the real thing and reamp and play with the tones, you can definitely do that with the HD series. Okay, this one by the way is 26 by 30 with ADAT. If you combine the ADAT expansion, again like the analog, it's 8 by 12 basically. This is enough to do surround because you've got 10 outputs. One of the things we did as well was the volume knob. One of the things about audio interfaces and setting them up for surround sound is that the common problem is how do I control all the volume of all the speakers? With the HD series, you can gang the outputs so that they can they're all controlled by this single knob. So if you want to turn down the volume of the entire system, there's one knob to rule them all. All right. Nobody got the Lord of the Rings reference. Sad. Okay. Okay, so how many minutes? Sheng, you good? All right. So I didn't wanna, I wanna show like we're gonna do a demo. Let me set it up so that we're all good when you enter. Man. So Lee's gonna help us demo this, and I'm not gonna record him. He's gonna record himself. I'm gonna let him like do all the work, but I'm gonna guide him as well. So one great thing about all this, like I said, like the digitally controlled functions, so I can do everything remotely. And I'm sorry if you can like see what's happening on the iPad, but you will sort of see it happen on that screen. Oh no. Guys, can you help me with that? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna demo, and I love doing this because it really does show the workflow advantages of all these digital innovations that we put into the interfaces. The thing with PreSonus is, and you'll figure this out later on, is that we put a lot of attention into making, like the interface on its own, it's great. The software, the DAW is great on its own, but we put a lot of effort into making them all like talk to each other and make your workflow, a little bit smoother, so that it doesn't get in the way of your creativity. Well, of course, there's still going to be some learning curve, but once you get your head around it, it's going to be fun.
How do you get the DSPs and your consoles for CS?
There is no like, if you're talking DSP in terms of like processing like EQs and stuff, no, it doesn't. On the ES4, the DSP serves mainly as level control. It's like a very basic mixer. You're not gonna find like EQs or reverbs in there. It's basically to adjust your monitoring. It's a little bit, more flexible than your typical interface, as you'll see later with this like the adjustments. You can pan it, you can gang inputs so that they're stereo, but the DSP is limited to that functions only. What else do I need? So there's a bunch of functions that we're going to go through that I purposely didn't discuss because I want this to happen in the demo. Okay, let's go, man. Is that? All right.
Hello. Hi, everyone. How do I do this?
Sorry, headphones?
Headphones.
First time that, let's see. I mean, I'm sure.
So just qualify,
Oh.
I haven't used this before. So I know nothing. Like, I know how to operate a digital audio workstation, but I don't know how everything works. So Dwayne, you're gonna have to impress me.
I'll try. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, so when you're recording, first thing, what do you want to do? Set up gain, okay? So that, you know, we purposely put the interface away from him, only has the iPad, so I'm gonna do everything from there. So watch the screen, it's probably gonna show what's gonna happen. So,
Am I blocking?
oh, okay,
Okay, how's this? Better? All good? How are you guys feeling?
I will move the window to the right.
Look at me lah, don't look at the screen. Okay, I see the second channel. First channel.
Okay,
second channel.
let's set up the gain first. So you see auto gain on channels 1 and 2.
Okay.
I want you to get ready to play. So press auto gain on both channels 1 and 2, and then start playing and start singing
Oh.
the way that you do on the game. So go.
Summer day is coming, gone away. In Paris and Rome, I wanna go home. Oh, I miss you.
You see the gain knobs go up. So it has set the gain for the instruments and for the microphone. Okay, so all automatic. Next,
So my gain is set.
yeah, your gain is set. So next thing you have to do is set your monitoring levels.
Yes.
So channel 1, I believe, is your microphone. So talk into the mic and then adjust the fader on channel 1.
Which one is that? Oh, the faders.
The fader, yeah, channel 1.
The faders, adjusting the faders. Okay,
See it
I hear
now?
my mic now. 1, 2. Another. Okay. Mic
Good.
is okay.
And then do the guitar.
Guitar. Another. A bit more. Not too much.
Not touching the computer, okay? It's all him.
Another summer day is coming, gone away. In Paris and Rome, I wanna go home.
Good.
Maybe surrounded by uncomfortable.
All right, great. So now we're gonna jump into Studio One. So another thing we have. So this app we're using. Okay, applause break.
This is amazing, this is amazing. I cannot do this with my current one.
All right.
Yeah.
So imagine if you your workstation is over there, but you like playing guitar on the couch or on your bed. Instead of like play, then you run and adjust, then you play again, then you run and adjust. Just remote control it via the iPad. So next, he's also the recording part. He's gonna do it himself. I'm not gonna help him out. I just need to quickly jump apps. I'll do
What app was that?
this. Was universal control.
Universal control to control the.
To control the interface.
interface.
Yeah. And now I'm opening Universal Studio One remote. So Studio One remote basically will control Studio One on your iPad.
Okay.
So here, this part I gotta help out because the navigation takes some learning.
Okay.
You see add audio track?
Add audio track. Okay.
Click that.
Click that.
Good. Another one? You have 2 tracks now. Okay, that's enough. You have 2 tracks. And I'm just gonna double check just before we get started here. Just I'm gonna make sure everything is all set up. Of course, these things you set up beforehand. Left, and then I'm just gonna change this input. Oops, sorry. Okay, just one quick assist. Okay. Okay. Now, what do you see in your screen on your iPad? You see the buttons, right?
Yes.
We're gonna have to go here in the faders.
My faders. Okay.
Arm the tracks.
I'm sorry.
You have to press the record arm.
Okay. I'm arming. Oh, I hear two.
Oh yeah, sorry. We have to.
What is that? Okay.
Hold on. Click the speaker looking icon. Click that
Click that. Okay.
to remove. Because since we're doing direct monitoring, you don't need to monitor from the software. So you can turn that off.
I see. But I still hear myself. I still hear my guitar.
All clear? It's not doubled or anything?
No double. Yep.
Okay, great. So basically now you're ready to record. You just have to quickly, can you go back to the buttons?
Yeah, go back.
Yeah, click rewind.
Rewind or return to 0. What's the difference?
Oh, sorry, return to 0.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
Return to 0.
Okay, basically now,
And then my channels are armed.
your channels are armed.
Record? No.
Yeah, actually that. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, record.
Should I set a click track?
You can. Well, I don't want to get that into that now. Maybe if you want to layer maybe later. What I suggest is, and this is something I kind of wanted to mention, when you're recording yourself, it's always good to count yourself in, because it does two things. One, it gives you, if you plan to layer later on, it gives you a count in. This is given like you haven't you don't know the DAW well enough to set up like a click. You can do that, of course. Any DAW has a click, and Studio One has a click. But I don't want to get into that now. So count yourself in, maybe just like a muted strum or something, so that you have a count in. So you have a count in, if you want to layer. Also, what's good about counting yourself in is you kind of embed the tempo in your head. Because sometimes I've seen like guitar players, they start playing and then they slow down because they started off really fast. So when you count yourself in, it like kind of embeds the tempo. You can tell like, you're doing the right thing. Okay, so hit record.
Hit record.
Yeah.
Go to return to 0. Hit record. So right now, is it recording?
It is recording.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like really zoomed in. Yeah, look behind you, you're recording.
3, 4. Another summer day is come and gone away. In Paris and Rome, I don't wanna go. Maybe surrounded by a million people, I still feel all alone. Just wanting you. Oh, I miss you. And I've been keeping all the letters that I wrote to you, each one a line or two. I'm fine, baby, how are you? Well, I would send them, but I know that it's just not enough. My words are cold and flat, and you deserve more than that.
Stop.
Stop.
There we go. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. All right, so that ends it for this part of the session. We're gonna do a quick change over to our live Big Sur presentation, the Studio Live series. Are we doing anything in between? Just maybe go for a for a break outside if anyone wants to do like a quick smoke, a cigarette, or whatever. Get a drink. But yeah, Shen, thanks so much. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Yeah, take it over.
Test by 1, 2. Okay, while you're doing the changing of shift. Okay, enjoy. And it's a bit technical, but good, right? Okay, I'd like to share this. This is a very important. I wanted to intercept before they started their recording because there were no rehearsal. All right, proven you can see from all our team. And Sheng Li came later, and they told Sheng Li wanted to come early. And said, no need to come early, no need to sound check. So there were no sound checks, not checks, no sound checks at all. As good as just Sheng Li came, right or Sheng Li?
Yeah, spontaneous.
Spontaneous, and it's easy to use. And Dwayne told me, Mike, no need the hassle. Let Shani come later and plug and play. Even the guitar was not tested, the vocal dynamic range or the loudness or the gain structure was not, we will just plug and go. And it's, to me, it's a game changer for those who actually have not use any DAW. You can start with anything simple, free downloadable. But if you like to have more things, like for example, sweetening up like what I call it Ajinomoto, and you want a little bit of that beautiful voice to be more enhanced, your guitar playing to be more enhanced, and to sound pro. So you need all these plugins, you need good equipment, and the always worrying part is always don't know what to buy. Am I buying the right thing? This person said like this person said like that. So how? Huh? Okay, good idea. Buy on. Okay, but that's the beauty of the Studio One. Because when you buy a Quantum, for example, or you buy any of the Studio Ones, right? You get free. You get free Studio One. Right? Some people say, oh yeah, I prefer the Logic. I mean, to be honest, I'm a Logic user. Yes, of course, because you still have to pay $200 now. Back then, Logic was, I paid like $1,900. Be honest, I paid $1,900 for Logic 7 or Logic 6. And you have to buy with the, it comes with the dongle. Yeah, some of you may know, right? No? Right? Right, the dongle never mind. All the jam packs have to buy separate. I see he's smiling already. Oh, one jam pack, $100. You put all the jam pack inside. Huh? What now? You spent over $1,000. And still people complaining. Oh, it's so expensive. Huh? Now, Studio One is free. You buy any Studio Monitor, you buy any audio interface, you get free. And you enjoy all the plugins. You have amazing plugins inside for your inserts or for your mastering. You're all there. Alright, and also got virtual instrument inside. So all of that in one. And you make it sound different if you compare to other DAW. Make it sound different, sound definitely different than any of the other DAWs compared to market. Alright, I'm not here to share with you because, you know, the cinemizing and the PreSonus, but because in general, I tell you honestly, I just downloaded Studio One and I was amazed by the functions. And also because I like to write scores, and the thing is because I'm not good with cycling. So I use Logic to do my scoring, and that's a pain, very painstaking because I was mentioning to some of you, like putting the house one and house two is not as simple as just to put the house one, and the moment you do your master score, another problem. So with this, it's all in one. You have nice plugins. For if you do DAW, and you can also do your scoring easily. Okay? Something that you want to consider. If not, you download the 30 days trial first, and later on you can decide whether you want to do it full-fledged. Okay? Okay, for those who have not registered, we understand some of you may not, you didn't met a friend somewhere and you forget about registration. Please register because you only left with 4.5 minutes. It's 30 seconds you start already. So we have 5 minutes before we close our registration. Please register. Okay, you can put 10 times also your name there, no problem. I'm just kidding. So please register. And because we all have a chance, to win something. We have more than $2,000 worth of prizes to be given away. More than $2,000 of prizes to be given away. See, my boss is so good today. Good mood, $2,000. Okay? That's a lot. Yeah, because we know that we have wonderful people here. We want to share these wonderful things to all of you. Yeah? Okay, so just wait. You have to wait until we finish everything lah. Because a few of them asked me, what time finish? I told you already, 8 p.m. Don't want to believe. So just wait until 8 p.m. Okay, we have one more session, which they're going to be introducing. So Dwayne is going to showcase the... Again, this demo will be done by Shinri later on. And it's again going to be very simple. We're going to plug in over there, and there were no rehearsals. It's all impromptu, spontaneous. So you're going to be plugging it into... Yeah, some of you may find this like, wow, this is like overkill. Yeah, of course. So this is for a different kind of application. We have a smaller version, and this is basically a digital mixer. If you are using it for live situation, this is an amazing mixer. which allows you to have a full-fledged EQ, compression, and many more. All right, and of course, it's expandable. And what I like about it, later we're going to show you about how you can actually use these with your IEMs. If you're playing in the worship, or you're probably playing in a big concert hall like Esplanade or this, you know what it's Avion. You use your in-ear, and that costs Avion price. You know, so it's big setup. So these are basically something a lot of the younger generation musicians are going into this direction, whereby they can forget about things on the floor. Right? We used to have that once. I need louder, my mons, please bring out the mons. And then the sound engineer will sabo you. Oh, you're not good to me, never mind. Nah! You bring down the finish. The moment you bring down the mons, that's it, you cannot hear. Habis. Right? So that's the problem we used to have. But now you don't have to worry because how much louder you want, you just whack the deuce, you bring up your drums, your bass, whatever. So IEMs are very, very important. They're very intuitive, easy for you to navigate. And whatever you need your sounds on your ear, you just do it. So it's a very important tool for musicians now. So again, it's something we're going to be showcasing today. Alright, not talking too much, no? Okay, 10 more minutes. Okay, without further ado, let's put our hands together for Dwayne.
Hey guys. I hope my breath's not too annoying. I can hear HN. Sorry about that. So, okay. Talking studio live this time. So again, a little bit of everything. Neat, isn't it? So, studio live mixers. Okay? So, everyone familiar with what the digital mixer is? Yeah? I guess a lot. Anyone who doesn't needs a basic idea of what they are. Just to quickly touch. So, basically, right now we have like analog mixers and digital mixers. Digital mixers basically just it's a control. It's basically control surface with a computer inside, so it does all the processing, and then the I/O is in the back. So it's a computer control surface and an interface all put up together, and it gives you many channels so that you can do a live show. Basically, so they're designed for that sort of thing. And the thing is, we have different formats of digital mixers now. So the main thing we have in PreSonus is, so this is a console mixer. So this comes in 4 flavors. We have a really compact one called the 32SC, which is, I think, is it 17 faders? 17 faders, but it's about like this section right here. A bunch of faders, and then you get this fat channel control section, and then your touch screen. And then we have the rack mixers. Now the rack mixers come in this form factor. So it's basically like a giant audio interface, but it has a brain. It has a computer inside. So this is where you do all your level adjustments, all your processing, all your routing. So if you look at it, hey, it's just a big audio interface. It's got a USB connection. It's got a bunch of digital connection options. All right. So what I want to first discuss is when do you need a console mixer? When do you need a rack mixer? Depends on your purpose. Recently, one of the biggest users of rack mixers that I've seen are bands who are going into IEM monitoring, because it's becoming a thing. I think globally, because there's so much advantage to doing IEMs. You're reducing stage noise. You're actually protecting the ears of the performers. You can now integrate guide tracks into the IEMs that the audience will never hear. So it's just a great thing. So a rack mixer like this is perfect for that sort of thing. Now, some of you might be asking, well, how do I control that? There's no knobs on it. So that's where a universal control comes in. Now, universal control, hold on. Sorry, I should show you here. So I'm connected to the mixer via a USB cable right now, but other ways to connect is via Wi-Fi, via a cabled network. So we give you options to control the mixer. So right now we're talking about the rack. So let's say rack mixer, you use that for for your IEM rig. So how do you control it? iPad or computer, and you can also connect multiple controllers, like multiple iPads, So let's say an artist wants to control their own monitoring, they can actually do that. You can give permission for them to like control their own monitoring. Other uses for for a rack mixer would be installs anywhere wherein there's really no space for a large console. So rack mixers come in 3 flavors: 16 channel. That's nice for a like a small 3-4 piece band with simple instruments. We have a 24 channel and we have a 32 channel. This sort of thing, you could actually just leave it on the stage. Let it just stay there, connect the inputs, the microphones, and all the instruments directly into it, and then control it via iPad. So actually today, we're using a rack mixer, a 24R, and as you can see, there's no mixer over there or whatever. It's here, off to the side, and you are gonna see a guy walking around with an iPad who's actually fixing the sound for us. So outputs on the, I'm bad, like I said, I'm bad with numbers. But on the 16, I know it's main, left, right plus 6 auxiliary outs. 6 aux outs. On this one, on the 32R, I believe it's 8 or 10. Oh no, it's 6. Okay, 16 plus 2. Main, left, right plus 16 aux outs. So if you're doing stereo IEM rig, that's 8 channels of stereo IEMs, which I think you wouldn't want to manage because that's a little bit too many. The most I do with like an IEM mix is probably like, just a couple, unless it's like a really, really big act. All right, so basically that's the rack mixer series, Studio Live Studio Live rack mixer series. Connectivity options, just to, again, I don't want to go too deep into one specific thing because I only have a limited time and there's so much stuff to discuss. And I really want to show off. Again, we're gonna call Shenli later. He's gonna do another demo. He's gonna sing for us again because I want to show another hands-on application of one of our it showcases hardware and software integration in a really good manner. All right. So other applications for rack mixers, anything that needs something small, a portable rig. I've seen it installed in venues wherein, because a great thing about digital mixers, and here's another thing about digital mixers, digital patching. So what is this? Digital patching allows you to move things around, whether it's inputs or outputs. For example, let's do something. Okay, I want to do an example of what would be a patching function that would be useful in the real world. Now, sorry if this gets a little bit too technical. I'm trying to cater to everyone here. I know there are some advanced users. This is probably more for you than the beginners, but let's go to input patch, okay? So this is a routing matrix. So one of the things that I like to do, and I recently showed this to one of my, where's the dynamic mic that we had? It was here a while ago. Sorry, I forgot that I needed. They could have, the dynamic mic, the handle dynamic. Yeah, can I borrow it? Plus and a cable as well. So recently, I have a friend, they got I believe it's a 32S. And he's doing, a 32R, like this one. And his problem was, so he's doing both PA mix and monitor mix. And he's saying my vocalist, please don't mind the labeling on this because we're just gonna quickly demo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this microphone, it should be 3, bring up the gain a little bit. Oh yeah, hey, check 1, 2. Is this going to the PA? Check 1, 2. Is this up in the PA? Sorry. Hey, check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Are we good? Is it there? Do I need to? Hey, check 1, 2, 3. Hey, check 1, 2, 3. You just have to put me up there, Jim. I'm all. More gain. Hey, check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. So his dilemma was the vocal mic. They end up they can't decide on the processing chain because the mix that the vocalist wants in the IEMs isn't translating well to the PA system. And you only have one processing strip for that channel, right? So I told them, just split the signal. I said, what do you mean? Split the signal. Here's what I need. Channel mic line 3, am I correct? What I can do is, I can send this mic line 3 also to channel 4. As you can see, and you'll see, I'm going to go to the mixer view. Okay, check. As you can see, this single microphone is going into 2 channels. Channel 3 and channel 4. Cool? So without like any cable, any splitter box, anything, I split this microphone into 2 channels. Alright? So what can you do with this? A lot of things. Whether it's for a creative thing, you want to change like vocal processing between songs, do that. Mute and unmute them. But for my friends specifically, what happened is, what happens is channel 3 becomes this PA mix, and then channel 4, you take it off main. You don't send it to the main left right. You just send it to the auxiliary going to the IEMs. Alright? So that's that's sort of flexibility you can get. Oh, sorry. I'm kind of maxed out.
Alright, no signal.
Sorry, no signal? Hey, check. Check. No, but I don't want to double it. Hey, check. Hey, check. Okay. Oh, yeah, I know what I did wrong. Alright, so one of the advantages of a digital mixer is this sort of quick patching that you can do. Digital patching that you can do. Another thing that I do with digital patching, everyday stuff. I kind of hate corporate gigs sometimes because they're very complicated. And one time, so it's a long show. There's a segment where there's a band, and of course there's a band. You probably need 4 or 5 auxiliary mixes, and then the rest of the show, it's just vocalist. Should I change my? Sorry. I'm going back to the headline. So managing. Okay. So managing auxiliaries in that sort of situation wherein things are changing up and wait, where was I? Okay. So one part of the show is a band, and they wanted, of course, individual monitor mixes. But the rest of the show, it's just like a singer with playback or hosts or whatever. So you don't want to keep managing those 4 auxiliaries independently all the time, right? At a certain point, I just want 1 mix. Certain point of the show, I need 4 to 5 mixes. So how do you do that very quickly in a scenario like this? So analog sends. Why is this all messed up? Anyway, so mix 1 on the left here. So this is our mixes, our auxiliaries. On the Studio Live, we call this auxiliary outs flex mixes. And similar to other mixers, these mixes, these output buses are like, they can be an auxiliary, they can be a subgroup, they could be a matrix. Okay. So what I did with that particular event is that, okay, for a certain point, it's 5 monitors, but okay, towards after the band, okay, I just want auxiliary. I just want 1 mix. So what I can do is actually patch all of my wedges to mix 1, without having to stand up and repatch on the. Usually, you'd have to daisy chain the monitors, right? All 5 monitors daisy chain, so you just have 1 mix. So here, I can actually send auxiliary 1 to all first 5 outputs on the mixer. So auxiliary 1 basically comes out of my first 5 outputs. They're all the same. They're all identical now. And if ever you have to, oh yeah, the band wants to do another song at the end of the show or whatever. Okay, fine, just repatch it. You don't have to get out, unplug cables, turn off speakers, plug in, just patch it in the software. Right? So digital patching, incredibly powerful. And this is just patching analog I/O. There's AVB patching and all that, depending on how complex the show you're running. Later, I'll do a quick demo of this AVB system using an earmix. An earmix is a personal monitoring system. We'll get into that later. quick questions about patching digital stuff. Okay, for the console mixers, so this is a 32S. Again, like I mentioned earlier, we have 4 flavors of this. There's a distinguishing factor between like the 2 types. Well, we have 32 channel systems and we have one 64 channel mixer. So our 64 channel mixer, if you check it out, it's probably one of the, if not the cheapest 64 channel system you'll ever find. Because there's not a lot of 64 channel mixers out there. Once you step on like 64 channel mixers, you're talking about like arena type consoles, right? So we do have a 64 channel system. Do check that out. Unfortunately, we don't have that model right now, but I do like the 32S. It's a nice, 32 is still very, very useful. Like a lot of the more popular mixers are 32 channel. But for those who need a little bit more, 64. So we have 3 types of 32 channel. The 32 SE, which SC is for like compact. The C there means compact, so it's smaller. It's great. So basically does all the same things, but in a smaller format. And then we have the 32SX and the 32S, which is more faders, basically same functions, just more faders and more local I/O. So you're asking, so if I get a compact mixer, how do I get all the I/O in and out of the mixer? So we, of course, have stage boxes. So for those who know the old type of like analog snakes, this is your digital snake. So what happens here is this thing, and you get yourself a Cat5 cable. Do I have a Cat5 cable? Never mind. You know what a Cat5 cable is. I don't need to show you. So Cat5, Cat5e, Cat6, take your Cat5 connected to this. So what's great about stage boxes is it's just a lot of convenience basically. And we all know how analog snakes do after a couple of years, after they get thrown around in the truck or in the warehouse. They will start becoming noisy. They're just, and then, oh yeah, don't use channel 3. That's all messed up. You start skipping channels and marking them up. So with this, you're not dealing with all those so many possible failure points. Just put this next to. You could get like an 8 channel, drop that beside the drummer. Patch in the shorter cable runs going into this, then get another one, put it near the RF receivers, so it's a nice convenient way. And all you need is just again network cables to connect all of them together. Cool. Sorry. Digital what? The gains are all digitally controlled from here. There's another thing I'm going to show you, and it's sort of hard to. So one of the things about audio networking, and we use AVB. So if you connect a stage box, all the gain, everything still gets controlled from here. There's nothing you'll ever need to touch. It's not going to be a separate control surface. It's not going to be any other app to control the stage box. Everything you can control either from universal control or the mixer. Gain, phantom power, all that will still work. There's another feature, and it's kind of hard to demo with, because it takes a complex setup to do that. Now, in bigger shows, and you probably know about this, like sometimes if the budget is good enough, you get a monitor mix, like a dedicated monitor mix for it. So with the network system, you don't need an analog splitter. Because usually, right, if you have 2 mixers, you need a way to split the signals. So with this one, you can take the inputs coming from the stage boxes and split them between 2 mixers through the network, through the AVB network. And a great thing that we've added in, and I'm just gonna tell you about it, is gain compensation. So what's the main problem when you're splitting signals between 2 boards? The common conflict is who handles gain. Because gain, of course, if anyone touches gain, everyone's affected. The monitor mix is affected, FOH is affected. So what we've done is, one, we've added gain access limits. So only one, you can choose to lock out gain control on one of the mixers. And what we've also added is gain compensation. What does that mean? So in the instance, let's say we have 2 mixer boards monitoring. If the main board adjusts gain, let's say it goes minus 3 dB, it's automatically give the monitor mix board plus 3 dB. You're not gonna feel that gain change. It's automatic gain compensation. Sorry if it's all alien to some of you, but I see some heads nodding, so I guess you understand what I'm saying. Again, it's a tricky thing to demonstrate, but I'm sure you understand how powerful that can be. Because I've had that instance before when we were shouting at each other, like, no one touch the game! Because the earlier digital systems, and this was a Dante-based system, I was doing a show, it was 3 mixers because there's also broadcast, and someone was messing with the game. And our gain lockout before was somebody shouting, no, I control the game, no one else. No, that was our lockout because there was no feature back then to lock out gain control of any of the other mixers. All right. How are we on time? 10 minutes. Okay, a couple of things that I really need to show. Again, so much. And for those, oh, sorry, what?
The screen just not.
Okay. So I'm sure you notice I'm kind of breezing through things. Again, this is an overview. This is a a PreSonus product overview and presentation. I've spoken to Kamal and City Music. I will definitely be coming back. We will be organizing more focused workshops on the mixer alone, Studio One alone. And when it comes to Studio One, we're going to be talking about music production and recording and mixing, all cut up into like very focused topics, so that we can really go dig deep into the features. Because you know these things, they can get either super complicated, but they can also be very simple. Friend, right now I'm sticking to the simple stuff. I hope it's simple enough. Okay. All right, so a couple of things that I need to definitely show you. Oh, here's a nice thing. Wait, how am I going to show this? Okay, anyone familiar with matrix mixes? Matrix? So the way they've set up a matrix and this is not the movie, okay? I'm a fan of mixers with really good implementation of matrix because they can be incredibly powerful. And it's a way to consider the scenario. It's a limited resources for the production, just a single board, but they're asking for a mix for the parking lot. They're also asking, the outside area. They're also asking for a mix for the live stream, okay? Now, typically, let's play some audio to get some stuff going. Let's see if my SD cards can work. Right now, I'm going to use an SD card playback, and this is something we're going to focus on later. Oh wow. Hold on. My SD card is not cooperating. Sorry guys. So with matrix mixes, what we've done here is that typically on those who have other mixers, typically in the matrix you'll see like all the auxiliaries, right? You've got your subgroups and you've got your main. If you look at our mixer, we actually added all the channels as well. It's practically another layer of the mixer on the matrix. As you can see. So we've got all those other channels, all the 32 inputs also living in the matrix. So what can this do for you? So remember the scenario, we need a broadcast mix, we need a mix for the, sorry, my SD card decided to corrupt itself the best possible time. Sorry? Fader flip? No, this is basically another, think of it as like a mixer within a mixer. Wherein you can really customize a mix. So the way I use it most of the time, when you're doing a live mix for a venue and you listen to the PA mix and what happens in a, like, especially in a medium, small sized venue? When a band is playing in that size of a venue, what's actually in the PA system? It's probably the vocal, the keyboards, maybe kick snare. Are you ever gonna put the loud Marshall stack in the PA system? Probably not. Are you gonna put the big Ampeg 8x10 stack in the PA system? Of course not. So what I do is, in a matrix, for example, so, because I already have, because I don't want to like create an entirely new mix, because that's too much work for me and you're not paying me enough. So, I'll put in the main mix. Let's say this is my matrix going out to the outside area. And of course, they don't hear all the amps as loud. So if I say send just the main mix to the stream or the outside area, all they're gonna hear is kick, snare, vocals, and the keyboards. They're not gonna hear too much of the amp and the bass. So what I do is I'll set the main left right, which is a rough mix. And then I'm gonna go here to my individual channels. Hey, and then here I'll add in the guitar because we need more of that. And then I could add in the bass. Let me see if my SD card's working now. Just to get this point across. So typically, the FOH mix in a typical venue will sound like this. Right? You can send that to a stream. You can send that to a stream, right? So you can set up a matrix, and now I'm not gonna do all the patching right now. Okay, just imagine it in your head that now I'm gonna start mixing the matrix. So that's what your typical mix will sound like in a medium venue. So within the matrix, if you add in those individual instruments, you're gonna get a more or less better sounding mix for that scenario. Okay, so definitely check out matrix mixing. And again, like I said, we're gonna do more like studio live focused discussions in the future. How are we on time? I think I kind of need to jump into. How are we on time? Okay, I really need to go. Stop this and do this thing. Let me just do a quick check before I call you in. Can you give me a sec, guys? So one of the things, this is kind of related to this SD card playback thing that I just did. And I'm sorry you can't see the screen of the So what I'm doing now is what I'm gonna do is do a sound check with Sheng Li. And that scenario wherein you're mixing for a band and you call them in, hey, let's do sound check. And let's say maybe not everything's going well and you have to fix things. You're having, it's a challenging mix situation and they've already played the song 3 times and you need more time with them. And of course, they don't want that. And you probably don't want to bother them too much. So we can do SD card recording on this computer. So if it's quick recording that you just need reference so that I can tune your vocal, because in situations like that, you only really need really like time to really hone in on the mix for, like, say, the vocals, and kick, snare. Everything else is quite easy. Maybe tones, because guitar is easy. Everything else is easy. Bass maybe, but definitely vocal. And you don't want to tire your vocalist. You can't have him repeat the songs like 5 times just to dial in your mix for the venue. So recording into an SD card and then playing it back is one of the best ways to, like be more respectful of everyone's time. All right, so let's try and do that. Basically what I did was I armed channel tracks 1 and 2 to do SD card recording. And then I'm going to have Sheng Li perform. But I want to check everything before I call him in. So give me a sec. This doesn't have auto gain, so I have to do it manually. Oh. One second, guys. I just need to check something. Where is this? Okay. So I'm gonna do two things at once. One is show functionality of this EarMix 16, which is basically a what is this? Basically a personal monitoring system. So quickly, the EarMix 16 is also connected to a audio network, same as the stage boxes. And what it allows you to do is give the artist the capability to mix their own monitors with this box. So this takes in 16 channels. You can choose a channel and then turn up the volume in your headphones. So let's try this. Let's round of applause again. Thank you so much, Kenny, for helping us out. Okay, so slightly different this time. So this is purely just monitoring. I'm gonna do the recording this time, okay? All right. So, yep. First of all, just maybe let's check the guitar for the signal. My bad engineer move. Sorry. So yeah, can you play some of the guitar? I'm just gonna check our levels. All right, and then make the microphone, please.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by
I think we're good. Now I want you to put in the headphones, and then what we're gonna do is channel 1 is your vocal mic.
Okay.
Channel 2. So what you do is press 1 and then turn up the volume.
Hold it? Oh no.
No need to hold it. Turn this up, and then choose input 2 and then turn up the volume until you get a good monitoring signal. Let me know when you're ready.
So now pressing channel 1, working on the level 1, 2, 1, 2. Give myself more, 1, 2. It's not quite working.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Yes. I don't really hear.
Oh, maybe it's the guitar. Wait, because the headphones is not plugged in. Sorry about that. Where's my stage hand? Sorry, I was just joking. Try it again.
Once again, the channel 1 is on. Level 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2. Okay. Quite good, yes.
All right, then channel 2, your acoustic guitar.
And channel 2, you don't want the guitar. Okay.
Good. So, gonna hit record here.
Can we do layers for this one?
Oh no, we should have done layers on Studio One. This one doesn't do layers. Just one. Yeah, this is like I said, this is more of like for sound checking. Because I don't want to tire your voice. We have a long show later, so we just do a verse chorus so that I can play it back and work on the vocal mix. Okay, go ahead.
First I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. I grew strong, I learned how to get along, and so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here without that look upon your face. I should have changed my effing law. I would have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. And no, I will survive, yeah, as long
Thank you so much again, Shangli.
So that's done.
That's done. So you can go back to your
I
trailer.
don't have to
Hang
stay
out.
on stage and keep playing
Yeah.
until they adjust it.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
All right. Go.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So I can go and have a coffee.
You can go have a coffee. All right.
What do I need to do? Do I need to?
No, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. Yeah.
Thank
Alright.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
So I now have a recording. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take channels 1 and 2. So we recorded that's totally dry. So I can work on my processing. So what I did was on the first 2 channels, I'm taking inputs now from the SD card instead of the analog inputs.
One thing, huh? Okay. Okay. Okay.
So very quickly, effortless recording. And I can use this now.
First I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you
Now
did.
from here, I could go in.
I go strong.
I could go in, work
I learned how
on.
to get
Sorry.
along, and so
So I can. This was the guitar. From here, I can add, compression, all that.
I know I was being
On the voice, let's do high pass, of course. Very quickly, just a quick little high pass filter on the voice. Let's look at the EQ. I'm sorry, you're not seeing this, what I'm doing here, but hold on. Okay. And, it's done. You don't need to call him again. Just hit rewind and then hit play again.
What? Do you think?
See? Super easy,
Oh, okay.
super effortless.
Right now it's just one take, huh? Okay.
Alright, so one of the other things I want to show,
Okay. Okay. What?
I can actually go, we have
At first
analog
I was
emulations for our,
afraid, I was petrified.
for
Kept
our,
thinking
I'm
I
sorry,
could
I'm
never
supposed to be working on
live
a,
without you
compressor,
by my
and then
side.
to work here.
But then I spent so
No,
many
not you.
nights thinking how
one.
you did me wrong.
So this is like my
I go
favorite
strong.
effortless vocal compressor.
I learned how to get along, and so
kinda just like level off.
you're back from outer
I'm a big
space. I
standard
just walked in
EQ
to
user.
find you here without that
Maybe let's
look
cut some
upon
of
your
the-
face. I should have changed my effing lock. I would have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second, you'd be back to bother me. And no,
Alright, so again, just a quick rough mix, because I really have to move on.
I know.
How many more minutes do I have? One last thing. 3 minutes? Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So hopefully you get the concept and the idea for sound check. This is incredibly useful. You're not gonna tire out the band, especially the vocalist. A lot of times the vocalist that you really kind of have to pay attention to because their throat, have problems if they sing too long. Last little thing. I'm gonna go back to my. So another SD card. This is actually another. Sorry, not SD card. This is another recording function, and this is great for. If you wanna record events, but you really don't have like a dedicated recording engineer. This is a very quick way to record. Let me check my settings, make sure everything is in order. so I'm playing this thing again. And just really rough. So we have, so I'm connected, this computer is connected via USB to the mixer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this screen for now. I'm going to open what we call Capture. Capture is a free software that we made specifically for just recording. Okay? So I opened it. So far I've done one click. I opened the software, right? And I want to record. I want to record this. I hit record. And it's recording. 2 clicks. USB connection to the mixer and 2 clicks. As you can see, the tracks are also labeled. See that? So if you want to record an event and you don't have like a dedicated recording engineer, and you know maybe it's a quick simple thing. Capture and Studio Live. Thing with Capture is it will only work with our mixers. Because we made it, of course, and it's free, but you can only use it with our mixers. Super effortless. And it's got, what we did with Capture as well is it's very lightweight. It's very, of course you can mix on this. It's just for recording, but you can open the sessions in Studio One. But we made it light so that it has very little chances of crashing. I'm not saying it's impossible to crash, but it's very rare that it will. It will even run on like older computers. You know, and it's got like, you see that lock up there? So that no one can accidentally, there's a lock icon right here. So no one can like accidentally stop it unless you like unlock, you're really sure that you want to stop the session. Okay? So again, super quick and easy recording with the Studio Live series. And again, we keep mentioning the integration between hardware and software. This is what we do. We make our hardware talk with our software in the best way possible. You know, it's a really good marriage, you know, between hardware and software. Our interfaces will talk with Studio One. Our mixer will talk with Capture and universal control and all that. And you know, it's hopefully it's something that will not get in the way of your creativity or what you want to do. You know, the technology not getting in the way of your, you know, your vision. So I have like one last thing that I want to discuss, maybe like another 2-3 minutes, because I forgot to do this. Now, like I said, we have, because I need to kind of also mention a lot of the other products that we make, because again, we do make a lot. So we've discussed the Quantum, well, of course, Studio One, which is a PreSonus product, one of our software products. We've discussed the Quantum interfaces. Now, Quantum isn't the only interface we make. We make budget interface, you know, like entry-level interface like the AudioBox Go. I love this one, super portable. If you want something that's quick and easy, this one. USB connection, it can connect to your phone, connect to your, you know, iPad or whatever. Super lightweight, super compact. A step up is probably the Studio series. This is actually like an older series, but still very functional. And it also has updated USB-C connection, so it's easy to connect to like mobile devices and like newer computers. And then studio monitors. Earlier we were listening to the Pro series. A step down is the Studio series, and then we have the Aries 3.5 and 4.5. We call these like media reference. What's cool about these ones? This is the sort of thing you want to buy, even if it's like sort of like a hi-fi listening purpose. What's great about them is that we have a Bluetooth model, and they have 3 inputs. There's an auxiliary input up front. I actually own 3 pairs of these, a 4.5 and 2 3.5s, because my daughter hijacked one of them for her room, and then another one for dance class, dance rehearsal. Anyway, it has auxiliary input in the front, RCA in the back, and TRS, and Bluetooth. What's great about it is you can use all inputs all at the same time. So you don't have to keep plugging and plugging. So maybe the RCA is coming from your maybe a turntable with a built-in preamp. Your TRS maybe from your audio interface. The aux jack up front for maybe your friend's phone or whatever. And then of course Bluetooth. So they're really like, you know, a multi-purpose speaker, and they sound great. And of course we also have like a bunch of like everything in between. Like we make headphones. We make the fader port is a dedicated DAW controller for those who want the feel of faders when they're working on their DAW. And lastly, that I want to mention, we also make the mic we've been using. That's a PD70 dynamic broadcast mic. Check it out, pretty cool. And then the last one, for those who are starting out, I definitely want to show you this. We make bundles, interface, microphone, and headphones. This the creator bundle. We have 2 more bundles, 2 tiers up with a better interface, and the other one also includes like speakers with it. So great for starting out. And like I mentioned earlier, all of these products will come bundled with Studio One. Okay? All right. Questions before I go, because I think they're like ready to pull me out of here. All right. Well, if you're shy to ask now, I'll be walking around. Feel free to come up and ask me questions. Thank you so much. Hope you picked up a thing or two. We're good? Yeah? Okay. Wait, see my...
That's my point too.
All right, thank you so much, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you so much. I'm lost. Dane, thank you so much, Dane, for sharing with us. Okay, so this is the moment that we're waiting for. I hope it's a very fruitful information that we get from Dwayne. Anyway, if you still think that you have more questions to ask, please do not hesitate to look for him. I understand. I also do the same thing. I'm a typical Singaporean. Sometimes I sit down, I want to ask questions, very shy. I also like that. Don't worry, join the club. But he'll be here, so just approach him. If you're a bit worried, like I say, don't worry. He's here till today only. If not, you cannot get him already. So, any questions for those who want to ask more about the digital mixers, the studio live mixers, or any kind of products that you see on what we have here? So please do not hesitate. If not, you can look for us. Any of us that's wearing City Music t-shirt. Unfortunately, we don't sell this t-shirt. People asking me like, especially for mine. Mine is 7XL. You don't have it. Only I have 7XL.
Hey Mike,
Yeah.
are we giving away free stuff?
Yes, of course. No,
Are we giving away free stuff?
Of course.
Okay,
Wait. Where are you now?
I'm walking over to you now. Because
Okay,
the free
you
stuff I
better
want to
come
join.
here and join me, because there are a lot of things to give away actually. Because unfortunately, boss got to give me a.
Cool. Tell me.
Hello. We are hosting this, but then boss said, no, Mike, it's only for the audience.
Every event also we get the same thing. It's okay.
It's okay. It's not we make our audience happy.
It's okay. Boss.
Huh? What's now? We're waiting for us now. Be careful what we say.
So this is the time you guys been waiting for. We're going to be giving out some lucky draw prizes. Everyone registered your name when you guys came in. You registered everything already, right? Because if you don't register, then you will not stand a chance to win. Okay. So another thing is, if we're going to call out your name, so you can see there's a wheel on the screen now.
Yes, we do.
We have a wheel on the screen. So if the wheels lands on your name, okay, you'll be the winner. So if the person is not here, what should we do? Maybe we let them decide. Should we keep the prize and give them a call, then write email, then send reminder, then or we can skip. Okay, raise your hand. Who wants to skip? Raise your hand. Right, skip. You already all skip. Let's do skip.
Oh, this part they have. This part, what is this? Everybody talking.
This is the most energetic part of the
Exactly.
game. Right. Okay, so should we invite someone to come up to give out the prizes?
Yes, please.
Right. So we got what are the prizes, Mike? Let you just share them.
Okay, we have.
We got some licenses to give out as well. Right?
Yes, but I think I don't want to say first. We just basically
Right.
invite our boss first.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
This one? This
Yeah.
one? This one?
Uh,
This one?
most
I
of the
don't know.
things, not all, but most of the things that you see on the paper. Most.
This one?
No, not this one. No, I'm talking
Okay, let's keep everyone in suspense.
Yes.
Prizes are great. Thank you very much, PreSonus, for sponsoring the prizes for this lucky draw. And a big round of applause, guys. Big round of applause for Dwayne, Mark, everyone.
Yes,
all
and
the
also
crew.
Cindy.
Thank
Thank you so much, Cindy, for-
Cindy also, where's Cindy? Cindy, thank you, bro. Thank you very much. Right, so Mike, should we invite boss to come up
Yes,
and
please.
present?
Yes, please,
so
we should.
Please, to
Okay,
be honest.
so taking the opportunity to invite our sales director, Mr. Ho Ying Long, our stage again to give out the prizes. Yes.
Where is he at?
Yes.
Where is he?
There you go, he's coming.
Come in. Okay. So Mike, how many prizes are we giving out today?
Okay, so we have, we're going to give out the first 5, or actually in fact we're giving all the prizes.
Right.
All.
All.
I wanted to keep some for ourselves, but we're going to give all of these prizes.
So
So we go by the number first.
Okay.
The number 11.
11.
Yes.
11 is it hard item or let me see first.
Okay,
Come,
it's the
11.
PreSonus
Ooh.
HD7 headphones.
HD7.
Worth $70.
You can have hair when you want to use this.
With $70.
Just saying.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
okay to
7.
have hair. It's okay to have hair.
Are we ready? The moment.
Okay, so let's roll the wheel. This is for the PreSonus HD7 for everybody. Yeah, everybody's here. If you're not here, if you're somewhere around our space, please come over to our event section.
And the winner
I
is
can see Justin. Is it
Justin.
Justin,
Justin.
Justin,
Yeah,
right behind, come,
Justin.
Justin. Justin got hair by the night. I'll show you. Long hair some more. Long hair some more.
Okay, I envy. I can only envy him.
Can use. Congrats, Justin. HD7 for you.
Congratulations.
When you come there, come here, take pictures, smile. Oh, I did move. Okay. This one no illustration. This one no illustration, but this one.
Okay, so we have the 10th place HD9 headphones worth
HD9
$90. Ooh, $90.
Ooh. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Right, so who is going to get the HD9 from PreSonus?
The winner is
Arif. I don't.
so we don't know. I'm telling you, not long.
Hey, this guy, I know him, sir. Okay, all right.
Congratulations, Arif.
Congrats, Arif. Daring to stand in front of the speaker. See, no good. See, so good.
Okay, let's move on to our ninth, the ninth item, which is the PreSonus Audio Box Go audio interface, worth $115.
So it's getting more and more expensive.
Of course.
Right. $115.
$115.
But just for let you guys know, from today till next week, if you want to get any PreSonus products from us here at City Music, everything is going to 15% discount until next Saturday. Right? From today onwards till next Saturday. So you guys are already here, might as well. Okay, carry on.
Okay.
Shameless
Pandai, you
promotion.
masuk ni, ah.
Yeah.
Okay. And the winner is
What is that hard to pronounce?
oh,
Gregorio De Leon.
Gregorio De Leon.
Hey! Oh, he quiet. He just
Congratulations, Iwi.
Congrats.
Yeah, so he can make more music.
Congrats.
Alright.
Right, so next we have, what do you have next, Mike?
Okay, we have next one is the Aries, PreSonus Aries 3.5 studio monitors.
BT, no BT.
No BT. See, you guys go faster because no BT. Okay. Worth $155. Oh, worth it, huh?
More expensive.
Yeah.
Alright, cool, awesome. Let's roll the wheel.
And the winner is this. Goes to
I'm trying to pronounce, bro. I don't want to mess up the name. Aiden,
congratulations, Aiden.
I crossed you. I'm scared.
I understand.
I don't want to mess up people's names.
Same, like join the club.
Congrats, Aiden. Here is 3.5 studio monitors for you. Awesome.
Okay, so we have the 7th place.
7th place, huh?
Studio 24C audio interface.
How much?
Worth $220.
$220.
$220, man. Audio interface. Alamak. I wish you get that. Okay, and the winner goes to this.
Wheel spinning. Paxpan.
Wow, congratulations.
Paxpan. Oi, I don't see a hands up, no reaction, huh? Okay. Paxpan, calling once. Paxpan, calling. How you know? Cannot, I still need to say 3 times.
Oh.
Paxpan, calling twice. Paxpan, calling 3 times. Okay, next.
Aha.
Remove. Wow, good, huh? Never come, huh? Okay, everybody still got a chance.
Okay, come on. And the winner goes to
Adeline Tan. Congratulations. Composure.
Make more good music. Amazing.
Awesome, congrats.
Congratulations.
So that was 7th place, is it?
Okay, so then we have to move on to the 6th place. Wow, you know what you're gonna win?
What?
Studio One license.
Wow.
Wow, Studio One license worth $250. Okay.
Okay, so for this, because it's a license, wow, like that, got 5 pieces.
Wow.
So we got what? Oh, we got Studio One licenses to give away.
Yes.
Awesome.
We have 5
No
of
reason
these.
for you to not want
So
to
we're gonna have
using now.
5% gonna win this Studio One Pro.
And each is like worth $150.
$250 each.
Wow.
And the first winner goes to spin the wheel. And the winner goes to
Kelvin An. Kelvin, congrats. Yes, Studio One license. Studio One Pro.
Pro, yes.
Yes. Congratulations.
Okay, let's make the next one.
Okay,
Let's do the next one. And winner goes to
So fast. And
oh.
Najib Rahman.
Mr. Najib.
Najib. Cabut
Win
dah.
already?
Najib cabut dah.
Oh, wasted.
Najib dah. Okay, calling
yeah.
once, Najib. Calling twice. Calling 3 times. Okay, remove. Next one.
Oh, okay.
Hey, everybody start relief. Oh, one more time. One more time.
Okay. And the winner goes to
And James Tan. There's James Tan here.
congratulations, James Tan.
Congrats, James. Congrats. Wait, must ask you first. What door do you use? Okay, now you know what to do it, yeah? Congrats, James. Right,
Congratulations.
let's go. Next one. How many
Next
more
one,
do we
come
have
on.
left? Let me
There's
see.
3 more.
We got 3 more left.
And the winner goes
Let's
to
do Stevenson. There's Stevenson here. Congrats, Stevenson. Congratulations. Congrats. Yeah, later on. Yeah.
Yeah, so look for Yishi.
Okay, so we got 2 more left. So
Okay, let's do it.
let's roll,
Roll the wheel.
roll, and we have.
The winner goes to
Oi! Jing Fu Chen! Congrats, Jing Fu.
Congratulations.
What all do you use, Jing Fu? Logic. Okay, now you know what to do,
Everybody laugh.
The answer is logic, no? Okay, we got one final one. So before we roll, okay, we roll already. Okay. Right, this for the last final Studio One Pro license.
And the winner goes to
Atik Sari. Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you won yourself a Studio One Pro license. Okay, so Mike, how do the winners go and get the stuff?
Okay, so once yeah, you can just approach
Okay.
Yishi just
Okay, so everyone
just
is Ishi,
approach
say hi to Ishi.
Yeah, later just look for
Okay,
her.
so later for the winners who
You
won
want
yourself the licenses, please approach Ishi. You should get your particulars down, your email address, so we'll register the license for you. Alright, cool. So remember to look for her. So that is not all. If you never look for her, please don't have. You need to go back and blank piece of paper.
Yeah, you need the license code.
Yeah. Okay. Look for Ishi. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay, so we have the last draw,
some more.
last one,
Oh,
the grand draw.
grand one.
Yes.
So that one
It's
is,
a
this is more expensive than the license itself.
3.5 BT. Now it's the Bluetooth version. Studio monitor
So this
worth
is the grand price.
$225.
Wow.
Okay,
PreSonus
$225.
very generous.
Yes.
Very generous. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
$225.
So we're gonna roll this for
Yes.
the last one. Okay, this is for the grand prize.
And the winner goes to. Oops.
Monogas Summer. I can't do it. Okay, Mr. Murugesh.
Murugesh, yeah, Murugesh.
Sorry.
Calling once,
Okay, one more.
calling twice.
Murugesh once. Murugesh
Twice.
twice. Murugesh 3 times. Okay, remove.
Oh, dear.
Hey, before no roll first. The no roll first.
Okay.
No roll
Okay,
first.
one. That's it.
Okay, so before we roll the last one, simply I'd like to thank you all for coming down here today. Really appreciate it. Glad to see new faces and some familiar faces as well. We hope that you come here more often for our future events. Okay, so Once again, PreSonus, thank you very much. Let's roll the wheel for the prize. That's no sci-fi.
The winner goes to
David. Do you have a David here?
Is it David?
David, wait, name very generic. Go to the last name, bro.
Yeah.
The last name.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right.
Linev. David Linev.
Is it?
No. Okay. David calling once. David calling twice. 3 times. All right. Let's go. One more time. Hey, you're blah blah. You're oh. Okay, let's go.
And the winner is. Congratulations. All right.
Good, you bring your smokes, bro.
So he's talking about content now already.
You come, but you never bring smokes.
David, thank you. Return favor already. Thank you.
Right, so
Congratulations once again.
congrats, Mesame. So before we end the event, I'd like to invite everybody to have a group picture with
Oh, hang on, we have one more.
One more. Got some more.
Yeah, sorry. Yes,
I'm sorry,
I'm
I
going to
wasn't
invite.
informed.
Okay,
sorry.
I'm going to invite again Mr. Kamal Matani from APAC Director of Sales of
Yay.
PreSonus to come up
Mr.
here
Kamal.
to give out the PreSonus Quantum
Oh,
ES4
more stuff.
to Mark Spencer.
Wow, it's
Okay.
getting better and better.
Yeah. Put your hands together for Mr. Mark Spencer.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So, Kamal mentioned that for those who got your free, what do you call that, the lucky draw, you have your stickers and all interfaces. Please register online because you get the Studio One also for free. Okay, you get the Studio One for free as well. So please don't forget to register. All right. That one's for me. That one's for me.
For me, that's it.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Kamal and Mark.
Anyhow. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, before we end the launch, we're going to get everybody together to actually take a picture. Yeah,
It's a standard thing.
standard thing.
Standardized.
Okay, Ken.
Can I?
Marlon, are we ready?
Yeah, how are we going to do this? Are we?
How are we going to
Okay, so
Oh,
everybody
so we're
can
going to
just turn
turn the
behind.
other side.
Then,
Please, everybody, including Xingli, including Dwayne, Mark, and
photo.
everybody, please, let's
So you join the crowd, yeah.
let's join the crowd together so that we can take the whole picture together.
Okay, you can
Nice,
see
nice
we
memories.
have Miss Fahana on the right, right? That's our camera lady over there. Everybody say hi, Fahana. Fahana, wave to her. Hi, Fahana.
Hi, Fana. Shy lah, shy lah. No, let me shy.
So Fahana will be taking the picture. So everybody watch your step, yeah? Watch your step, be careful. This is a side quest by itself. Getting everyone such a big group of people in a small space.
Not easy to gather everyone.
Not easy, not easy.
I understand.
Not easy. Can be done, can be done.
Fantastic. And just nice any monsters. My studio is missing monsters. Done. Over here, done. Over here. Got chance to win if you come over here.
Is everybody ready? Everybody ready, yeah? Everybody, 3, 2, 1, say PreSonus!
PreSonus!
Everybody mouth open now. Okay, we'll do the generic one. Everybody, 3, 2, 1, cheese! Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Well, you can see people around. We have at least 7 here. So if you want to test out products or you want to know more about product, bring is here also. We are also here please, yeah, be around if you want to chat with anybody on the bus or whatever. And also take the opportunity to thank everyone for being here with us today. Have a good weekend. And for those celebrating fasting month, happy Ramadan. And also, don't forgetting we have a 50% discount all the way to next Sunday. So if you want to consider buying online or even come, it was 15%, 1.5. Okay, 1.5 lah, 50% habis lah. 50% lah tu, 15, 1.5. Okay, for the one who got the still one through, the issue will be at the counter, so just basically go to the counter and give her your email address. She will send you the license code. Okay? So, thank you very much once again. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
That's what I was like. I know it's something stuck in today. I know towards the end it was getting very technical, but I had to. Yes, I am. Thank you so much. By the way, friendly was very important. It comes from someone who's not very technical, you know, and you can, right here, you learn out. Oh yeah, that was a very oh yeah, there's a demo. Well, you're gonna get Studio One now. Hey, it's gonna. It's what? I'm sorry, no, I thought it was a passion part. But there is no thing I go for you guys watching. 24 bit 190. This is much more powerful. Controller na yan eh. So you play, record, pause, mute. So it interface with controller. Not necessarily mas maganda kasi ano na dyan, your own actually nga yung kung nagagawa mo lahat ng kailangan mo pag kailangan mo na ng kasi yung game niya analog man yung mga ganun convenience of course yes yun yung talagang big like commercial stuff. You're finding ito is, for me, innovative. Kasi may speakers at dalawa yung yun lang sa mga. Sa mga foreign kasi, it's the start of what you're having now. The drums, it's hair overhead. Simple from, unlike 2 channels, sobrang difficult. But 4 channels, you get to this level. Again, unlike the example, simple drums, overhead, 6 level. But I PreSonus.
You mix it up. You. I'm going to take story again.
So this is screen mix is good. So how can be around it? What the difference? So you have 4 houses. I'm guessing when you sold those everyone was it's more like because it makes it very, okay. I am I'm not. I think that ano lang ako kasi to be honest, may nalit ako actually medyo one o'clock. I will try my best to reply. Pero pag yung question kasi ba't mo na, and if I have time, I will do it. Ito yung main job ko talaga. Pero nag-freelance mixing ako. Pero ngayon rare na, o banda ba? Gitara. into starting, especially in a case like and then it gets to as long as there's a healthy signal coming in, how they calculate it basically averages like between the, like how down you're getting signal. I don't know the exact but so far, the only problem is it doesn't get enough samples, basically, like especially like colors. Sometimes drops, then also take it like often enough, then you get the frequency. But if it's like a constant signal like bass, guitar, acoustic, you're gonna it's a one-time thing. Turn it on, and then it's going to turn itself on. It's just going to set the gain, yeah. And then you can manually It's not constantly on. It's not going to constantly adjust the gain. No. Because that's not good. That's not good. Yeah, no, it's not. That's not good. You know what your gain is.